citation for material service, Mr. Sam Armstrong. And that's you.
Welcome back to Armstrong Acres. This is our 1.5 years in review.
Bryan and Charlotte have also, or in the process of purchasing this property as well. 80 acres, I think? 90 acres. And that farm has a much bigger house. Grapevines, there's fruit trees over there. So it's a really cool property. And there's another barn that is in much better shape than this one. And the reason we're showing all this is because Bryan and Charlotte are gonna start a YouTube channel. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if they know what it's called yet. They are going to show the process of renovating and fixing up these properties. But we wanted to show where it's starting from, and this is better than what it was. They've made a lot of progress. There's running water in the house. That's huge progress they've made. So the channel is gonna show just the transformation of these properties. And you don't know how far you've come if you haven't seen where we're starting.
Should we go say hi to Pap and see what he thinks? Hope you're cool with what we're doing.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's go say hey to Pap.
Bloody mess.
It's only been raining for 8 weeks. It's fine.
Yeah. I forgot there's 2.
Yeah.
That's been 4 years already.
Yeah. Well, Pap, hope you're cool with what we're doing.
When he was alive, he would have been angry. I'm sure in his afterlife, he's very proud.
Yeah.
He's got the best view in the town.
He sure does. I mean, it's not ugly here.
No, it's not.
Let's see if we can get a video put together.
Let's do it. The summer house. Now that was a big video. Unfortunately, my grandfather never took care of this one, so it is rotted beyond repair. What you see here is not even the beginning of how bad a shape this thing's in.
I do think...
Do you? How's it feel?
She's gonna have to use a lot of music to cover up the talking in the background.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this entire episode is just gonna be background noise. And what did you pick this for?
Originally, I had it most impactful, but I changed it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I picked it for easiest. Because for me, I got to go around and film, but also Jason had a camera and Elwood had a camera. We had cameras everywhere. It was a party for me.
Didn't I have that red knife out here? Didn't Bean bring that out here?
What?
I cannot believe that thing has not popped loose yet. Bottom. Side's extra good.
I wonder if I should have a mic attached to me while I'm just walking around doing nothing. Well, I'm by myself, you just hear me breathing fatly. I would not walk right there. Where you just did, I almost went through.
Yeah, it's true.
That is insane.
I said if you can carry the windows and doors out there.
You want the door in the same room?
Yeah. I'm a little more offended by you believing that, Erin, than by him saying it.
You were like, that explains the vinyl.
Now you have to explain why you're saving all this stuff. This is for your greenhouse.
Because I'm a hoarder. Try to use all these windows and doors to build a small-ish greenhouse.
Cool. You can have this one. Done.
What? That's a heavy door, and then you walk away.
Well, yeah, I'm not moving it. Refer back to the very first video when we were moving the little mini bike.
All right. Good God. I hope at least the freaking beams are halfway decent. Here we go. Ooh, that's little. Hold strong, little boards. Some dummy got too close to the hole. That's actually not a bad looking chair there.
Are you filming through the hole?
Yep.
For a minute there, I thought you were holding up the floor.
Yeah, I want to make sure you stay safe.
We all know that's your number one concern is keeping me safe.
Oh, wow.
Caught him.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm thinking if I sit here in the back of the bed, it's fine. Yeah.
And like everybody was here. Gamey and Pappy were here. Elwood and Emily were here. Jason and Erin were here.
Jeff came over.
Yep, our neighbors all came over.
Lisa came over. Bryan came over.
Yeah, it was a party. So for me, this was the easiest because it was the most fun.
It wasn't the easiest for me. I worked very hard that day.
You did. You really did.
Each one of those is like a mini chimney. So if that fire starts,
Yep.
that's a chimney. It
Sucks the whole way up.
It's got drawl.
It goes.
And the purpose of this building was cooking. With fire.
Documenting all this for lawsuits.
That's right.
Here we go.
Let's do it!
Yep.
Slow and easy, no jerking. Even though you're
We're good, Bryan.
Ripping up my yard.
Yeah, that other side's still holding on.
It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would.
Watch the dog. Watch the dog.
Hey, give him a bump, Bryan.
Poor Elwood, remember he got hit with the strap?
I'm gonna shorten the chain a little bit so we're a little closer. So I'm out of these ruts I'm spinning.
Oh, there it was.
You all right?
Elwood, we got to give a quick shout out to Elwood. Elwood has done a lot to help us out. That's Bryan's cousin. He made it's a pretty day. Everybody's out. It hasn't been pretty in 100 years. Elwood made the intro that you guys see and the outro that's got all our little pictures and everything on there. He filmed that day. At some point, we're going to be on Elwood's podcast.
And sorry, I tried to turn you into more of a eunuch.
More of a eunuch? That's so mean.
I said what I said.
Cousinly love.
You're welcome, Chuck. One of the things that none of us had really factored
Right.
until the building came down
The view.
was how much it opened the view up.
Yeah.
Because all you could see from the house and from the deck, from my big deck, was just that summer house. That was
Yeah.
it.
Mother Nature just pissed her pants.
That was one of the things that made my mom cry. Was she was very sad about it, but she said, "I can't believe. Look at the view."
It's good. I know. I know. It's completely understandable.
Everything getting children.
If we just get the siding off for her, or we just want one element. Yeah.
But honest to God, look at the view now. I know you guys kept saying.
You can actually see things.
Seriously. Yeah. You get to look at all the trees.
Just check out your new view.
That was a heck of a lot better. I can actually see the property now. It did a lot of things for us. It got the family together.
It gave me cry,
yeah,
which is a Brant family tradition.
It is. We always try to make her cry as much as possible. The family that was here was not the Armstrong side of my family. So most of them, if not all of them, had never been here outside of my brother and Erin and
Right.
parents.
They were the Brants, not the
Yeah.
Armstrongs.
Exactly. That summer house was an eyesore. It was dangerous. It was just, it needed to go.
But it
And-
was a meaningful building to this property.
Yes, yeah. That was one of the oldest buildings, would have been most likely one of the older buildings in our town.
And you think about kind of the stuff that we found in there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, all the watch parts. Hey, speaking of Gammy.
There's Gammy right now.
There she is. Think of all the watch parts that were in there from, it would have been her.
It would have been her great-grandfather. My great-great-grandfather was a watch repairman.
Right. And so there were tons of little parts in there for that.
And Pap was a register repairman.
The purpose of it was for cooking.
Yeah.
Like on days like this where it's hot outside, you go cook in this house and it had the chimney and
Summer house was her easiest, certainly not my easiest.
you know, we went back and watched this video.
I was zoned out off in space. Check that out.
Look at that.
That's a Land Rover.
You see it? Yeah. Okay, that's what I want now. Forget the Wagoneer.
You want a Land Rover?
Although I'm gonna need the Wagoneer for all the grandkids. No, there's no news. We're really encouraging Bean to have 12 children.
How many grandchildren could you fit in there?
I don't know. I guess I can't take them all at one time if she actually has 12.
Is that pointed at us? Or is it pointed over here?
Question my filmmaking abilities. Oh, I forgot we're not focusing on our drinking anymore. People are starting to worry about our health. We don't drink during the week, okay? I don't drink during the week. Okay, we're talking about the driveway. And there's not time for that in this video. We can't ramble because we have to talk about like 9 videos in 30 minutes. So when we were back watching the videos, going through and deciding what we were going to highlight, I feel like this was much bigger.
So much growing around. This was all bare.
This was all bare and it came all the way up here, and then like this should all be solid gravel, but it just grows in so nicely.
Okay, so today we are going to turn this mud pit into a parking lot. Parking spot anyway. And I would do a really good job, but until we get the front porch done, I can't really mess with a lot of the grading out here. And until I mess with the grading and fix the drainage, there's no point in doing a phenomenal job of making a border. This is going to be mainly just throwing gravel down, trying to keep it somewhat in one spot. This was our easiest, my easiest. So we are getting the first load of gravel. Okay. I think I'm probably going to end up needing another total of 3 tons. Record me breathing like I just ran a marathon.
Okay, so I beg to differ on whether or not it was easiest.
I know that you did not find it the easiest because you helped for 5 minutes and immediately started saying how much it sucked.
Yeah, it really sucks.
What's that?
It really sucks.
1 or 2 more times.
This is not the most fun I've ever had. Woo. I have a thing called strabismus. My eyes don't work together very well, and so I have no depth perception. So this whole pile here looks level to me. This is really a weird, difficult job. I hate shoveling.
I know. So we have just shy of 5 tons of gravel put down here now. You mean to dump it on the ground?
Yeah, like right here.
I mean, to me, it's easier to shovel it than try to rake it in between those big ass rocks. Once you get enough gravel under there. Told you it might come off. If you take it over to the concrete pad for the steps and just bang it.
Hold on. Action. Nope. You may proceed.
We're gonna redo it and make it nice. It was just run and get gravel, shovel gravel. Run and get gravel, shovel gravel.
I forget how bad it was. So we went back and watched that video. I'd forgot. We should have put some plastic down underneath.
Yeah, well,
that went in the trailer with the tires, yeah. That'll keep him busy for a minute. You promised this is the last one, right?
For now.
For now?
Well, as we compact it, like you were pointing out, we'll probably have to get more and put it there.
Okay. So this is not the prettiest driveway in all the world, but considering how all of our yard looks like this, with these big giant mud divots in it, this is a huge improvement. I'll keep a little bit of mud out of the house.
8 tons of gravel.
8
tons.
tons. Look at that. Look at that cute little house. When the plow truck came through this winter, so we're at this intersection, right? We're on it's like a state road and a county road.
Yeah.
So one guy plows to here and stops, and then there's another guy that does this road. So all the snow, he would just come right in here into our driveway to right there. See it? Going back and watching these videos is nice because this was huge. I had forgotten just how much of a mud pit this was.
100%. It was bad.
My hardest video? Well, if you've been watching this for a while, you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. The only clue you might have is that the deck is right here. And this washer that I turned into a cooler that still sits here. This is where I tried to originally put the pavers to make steps to come down from the deck. Bryan has started a real job. Normally you see us go through various projects that he is spearheading. I can't wire, not real great with power tools. This is a new challenge for us both. Him in relinquishing control and me not being a spoiled housewife. When Bryan was out of town one week at work, I was determined I was gonna figure out how to put pavers down here all by myself. I'm supposed to have 4 inches total and then the pavers. So just digging in the middle here, I need to actually have a plan, don't I? This is just over 5 feet out from the deck. This I know how to do. It's going relatively quickly. It's not too terrible. This is gonna be the most ridiculous video ever. One in which I started many things and finished 0. It was a miserable job. I think my misery came across in the video. If I've dug down 7 inches, let's see, I need 3 inches of paver base, 1 inch of paver sand, and then, let's see, 2 1/4. I hope I'm doing this okay. I'm hoping that as I go, I get better at this. I'm just not mentally up to this right now. This is still my taped rag from the gravel driveway. Smooth and level. Pretty sure this is not how you're supposed to do this. By hand. Tamping. I don't want Bryan to have to come home tomorrow and do this stuff. I cried during that one. My mother-in-law won't even watch that video because she was like, I can't even watch that one because it hurts me so much to watch you hurting so much. What?
I said after a week of working for a job and doing construction for 10 to 12 hours a day, it's really easy to come home and get motivated when the weather is wet shitty and cold.
You're making me feel really good about not getting this project done, so thank you. It rained. This one sucked. It sucked a lot. I struggled all week long. And then Bryan comes home, and this isn't even where we're gonna put it anyway.
So I'm out here now, getting my first real look at this. I kind of glanced at it throughout the week, and for whatever reason, for the first time, it occurred to me that realistically the stairs would be better over here.
So we've planned on putting them against the wall on that side because that's where they were. So we're moving the stairs.
I don't know yet. I feel bad, and I was consoling Charlotte a second ago, but also just kind of reassuring her that this is also the same thing I do every time I do a job. I get halfway through it and then go, damn it. The only good thing is you hadn't actually gotten any pavers down. Well, actually, why would we put the stairs here? Because we park over there.
And nobody ever comes to the house from this side. The road's over here. I was going to do it on my own.
Yeah.
So I didn't consult anybody.
This was a pretty rapid shift, me jumping back into work and then trying to come up with a job or jobs that Charlotte can do while I'm gone. Things that need to get done will be helpful, but are within her skill set. And, you know, we should have done a better job of sitting and writing this down and coming up with a step-by-step plan of what she can do.
So now we have a giant sandbox here.
We can bring in some gravel, throw it down, level the gravel out, put 2 Rubbermaid storage containers. And then we've got a spot to keep the deck from getting ridiculous.
Now let's move away because I want to cry just even standing here. Everything was working against us this week.
Everything.
You were gone, and like you said before, we didn't plan well enough for what I was going to do. The rain has really put a damper on everything.
Since I moved up here, we get up, we get Bean on the bus, we go work out together, we come home, we start tackling jobs. This week, I'm gone hours before you guys wake up, and I'm home hours after Bean gets off the bus, and you're trying to do this stuff by yourself.
Tune in next week to see me probably accomplish a job.
That was a rough one for you.
I have a lot to learn. I've never had to do anything like this before. I've been #blessed all my life. I'm working on it.
You're doing well. This has been a big adjustment. City life to country life in and of itself is a big adjustment. Not fixing anything to fixing everything yourself is an even bigger one.
I think I got in a little over my head here.
Okay, so I marked this as my toughest, roughest, hardest video to get through. Doesn't seem like much. This was included in updating the kitchen, but these stairs, I may end up having to sand these stairs instead of this, but we'll see. This stripper is working very well. I don't know if that was in any of the videos, the carpet that was originally on these stairs, I can't remember. But that carpet was like a burnt orange, disgusting mess. We're not 100% sure if they are completely original to the house, but they are at least 100+ years old. And they must have had 6, 7, 8 coats of paint on them, plus stain underneath the paint. I have to use my flashlight on my cell phone. I got some 60 grit sandpaper, some 100 grit, and some 320. This is not the correct order to do this, but this is one of those spots I really want to see not look like this every time I come in the house. I thought this was going to be a, not easy, but like a relatively short thing. Strip them, poly them, paint them. This will be great. It'll improve the look of the house. This will be awesome. This turned into 2 weeks, maybe even 3 or 4 weeks I spent stripping these. Scrape it, stripper, scrape it, stripper, scrape it, and then sand it, sand it, sand it. I probably went through 40 different pads for the sander.
You were real happy the whole time.
This one killed me. Up here, I'm sitting on stairs like this, scraping and sanding for hours on end. Just about cost me my sanity. When you come in the front door, it made it feel like, oh, this is a home. My cameraman's crushing it.
Your head was cut off.
Are we doing an extreme close-up?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get what you're actually doing.
I like that color. Now they're warm.
The only downside... Yeah, quit looking at me all side-eye, dog. You're one of them. For the hours of work that I put into this, the days of work. Jack, lovable, whiny, fetch-driven Jack, is very blind. So as he comes down these stairs, as he came down these stairs, as he's no longer allowed upstairs.
Because of the door.
Would fall, trip, scratch. Every one of these stairs that I spent days fixing have giant gouges in them.
Let's see it.
Deep. All the way through the polyurethane gouges. So this was visual improvement on the house. It was a safety improvement because there were staples hanging out of it. There were giant gaps at the back of each step on the sides that led straight to the basement. So you constantly had cold air coming up and you were losing all of your hot air back down through. This was my hardest, most frustrating video, but one of the most gratifying when it was done.
Get it?
I hit him with some, so I have a feeling he's not going to make it very far.
The last one was the hardest. This was the most disappointing. On this one, I thought that I actually had succeeded. Where am I going to put all this stuff? I hate making decisions on my own because inevitably they are wrong. I'll just worry about that later. I measured it to make sure I was digging out the same amount of soil the whole way down so it would be nice and level, which took hours. And I threw most of it in under the deck. I feel like I've been working forever, but it's only been like an hour. Brian's gonna build the stairs this weekend. And I think next week I'm just gonna put the seedlings in. You know what just occurred to me? I'm throwing all this dirt under the deck because I'm like, out of the way, right? I'm gonna have a pile of dirt under the deck to then realize this is stupid. How am I ever gonna get it back out from under the deck? And then I got to the end and I realized I had been digging at the same level the whole way down and this is on a slope. It really looks so unimpressive. Just my foot slipped, it's wet and muddy. So I'm sitting here for a little bit. I kind of have like a system going now. 3/4 of the way done. Give that back. I'm so close. So close. It may not look that impressive, but that's a lot of dirt I hauled out of here. It's Wednesday morning. I love how 6-inch wide boards are actually 5.5 inches. I started to saw through here. You can see I'm most of the way through, but it keeps getting caught on something. All right, still high. So I finally got this board level. You know what? What if I build this frame not in the hole? I'm going about this all wrong. I'm realizing I'm trying to lower this end. Yeah, I'm cutting it down and I should be lifting it up. Once again, I'm doing the wrong thing at the far end and I'm making it worse. Y'all, I have a college degree. This is, now granted it's in liberal arts, but still. So this is where my frame's gonna be, which is good. It puts it right about the bottom level of the basement. So all that dirt I pulled out, I gotta put it back. I'm gonna call this now. So I did the best I could to fill it back in. Honestly, the weeds and stuff growing up in the middle don't even bother me that much. What bothers me is how much it has sunk right up here at the front. I'm also very aware that the dirt is not tamped down. Beans bus. So many bugs. So I am gonna put these last 2 bags in and I see it every time I leave the house and every time I come home and every time I walk out to see the chickens.
You see this cat?
Yeah.
She's on my foot. floating. I will say, and I'm going to also insist that Charlotte leave it in.
Oh God.
I know this week has been very stressful on her, but I am very impressed with the quality of the work that she's done.
I will just take the compliment.
Holy crap.
Okay, I've got sand unloaded. I do still have 5 or 6 bags of sand left. How am I supposed to get this level and ready for pavers? I've wetted it and tamped it 4 times. So I'm just gonna send it. I'm gonna start putting these down and see how bad they are. I thought this was one that I had done mostly on my own and really kicked ass at. And the underlay, like the sand and the other layer that goes underneath, and I watched all these YouTube videos and we had all these bricks in the yard. I hauled the bricks back and forth in the shop pile. Like I had this one nailed. A lot of moss, mud, roly-polies. The ground is so wet and soft. Ugh. Okay. Oh my. Honestly, you know, the hardest part of all of this is just staying motivated. I got a couple wheelbarrow loads done before lunch, and then I came back out afterwards, and this next one is just, it's going so slow. Bending over, it's killing my back. You know, doing it by myself is definitely harder too. I seem to work a lot better when Bryan's here. When it's all done, we're all gonna be like, wow, it's perfect. I'm so glad you did it like you did it. I just tried to stretch backwards, my back a break, and now when I bend over, I almost couldn't get up. Now when I bend over, I'm not sure I can get up.
This looked great for several months before it started to erode. The only thing that I helped you with this, and I mean the only thing is I cut the last of these little bricks that had to be shorter.
You did, yeah. I've got muscles here today. See him back there, can you wave?
I had less trouble with the first 25 bricks than I am with this one.
But what I should have done is sunk it down at the house.
So yes, yeah.
Okay.
And
we've also talked about we're gonna extend this out some, and we're also gonna go around the front. We can put a fire pit out there, plants, you know, whatever, it'll give us more space. Grill.
Our child is losing her mind.
Guys, I am excited. This is really coming together.
All right, so the landing is finally done. It's finally finished. Charlotte worked her butt off. How you feel?
This is how I imagine you felt when you got done with the wiring.
So one more question. Are you ready to say it this week?
We're making progress. We are definitely not a how-to channel at all. Please do not learn from us. But if you're going to take any lessons here, whatever it is you think you want to build and it's going to be big enough, make it bigger.
Some success from the failure.
Fair enough. Thanks for being sweet.
That's what I'm here for. Now for my biggest fail. This piece of crap makes me want to drink even talking about it. I think I'm pretty decent most of the time at hiding my frustration. There was no hiding it. There was no covering it up. I spent a couple of days wiring everything back here for this back porch, bending conduit. Really good guys could do this in one cut, but I don't run enough conduit to be a really good guy. I'll show you a little trick Gammy taught me.
Now you just have to take all of the wire through that tight bend.
Thank you for your motivational help. It should be very easy. Stop putting all your might into this.
Yeah. The job is the video, right?
I wonder if guys that have fitness YouTube channels stop in the middle of the set to go, hold on.
This is not fitness. I feel it. There it is, see?
That sucked a lot. Are you pulling on it at all?
Yeah, I'm pulling, but it's like, it doesn't do anything when I pull.
Okay, I'm just asking.
We're almost at the fuse box. Okay.
What? Not getting the types of outlets that I wanted or switches, whatever. I made it all work. Hashtag lost tools. Tools, whatever.
Already missing tools. Yep.
I am not like that. I'd really rather not move my ladder. Oh my gosh.
could have done that.
And I got everything, and I bought this beautiful 72-inch fan that's going to just keep this back deck so cool in the summertime, and I was so excited.
That is a lot of wires.
In there.
It's like Christmas, all these packages you're opening.
It'd be a fun Christmas gift. No, Cat. If it was just done. Remove the 3 screws in the light plate assembly. Assemble the light kit assembly to the light plate assembly using the previously removed screw. Why exactly can't you assemble this part in your freaking assembly plant? This is how China's winning the war, slowly driving the average American male insane. And that piece of crap doesn't work at all out of the box. A 5th trip upstairs would have frustrated me slightly.
You almost never get frustrated with these things.
Oh. The switch is on?
Huh?
It's doing nothing. I did flip the breaker on, right?
I don't know, did you?
I thought I did. The breaker is on. Nothing is working. I have no idea. This is a banger of a 2-part series for putting a ceiling fan on the porch. We thought maybe it was the remotes, the wiring, the receiver up there. Nothing. No matter how many times we tried, the light has not turned on once and that fan has not turned on once. And that infuriated me to no end. We were saying off camera that this sucks because this is the first job on this house that we've had where we did stuff and we've had mistakes, but they're usually just on us and we fix them. And for the amount of money and time we've sank into this, this is about as basic as it gets. So to put all the work in and have nothing to show for it.
But it wasn't you.
Should make me feel better, but frustrates me more to put that level of work into something and then be like, oh, you screwed me.
We emailed in to customer service. They were like, oh, sounds like a receiver problem. We're going to send you a new receiver. And they did, like right away. Put it in, nothing. So then we email them back. And again, to their credit, right away. What color fan did you have? We'll send you a new fan.
We got a brand new fan, exactly the same. Now, if this thing works, problem solved, no extra expense. This might sound really petty and stupid, but if there's one thing I hate, it is tedious work. This fan is so tedious. It came in 700 pieces. I can take fails on big projects where I'm doing crazy work.
When you have a project that you fail on yourself, all you can do is blame yourself. But when there's something that you took time to do and you have very little time to do things in, and then you have to redo it again 3 times, that's very frustrating.
We installed the fan, we installed the motion sensor light, and we installed 12 outlets outside on the deck. None of it worked when I was done. The outlets, super easy. One wire nut had slipped a little bit. Then I moved to the motion sensor light.
It didn't work.
It's a motion sensor light, but it is a light sensitive motion sensor light. But the fan still. I was telling the guys at work, I feel a real Tim the Toolman thing with this.
Oh.
Yeah, just like that.
Am I getting better?
There you
Oh,
go.
it's not even close. All right.
I think I'm going to try to give it more power and see if I can make it work.
What?
I think I'm going to try to put a bigger motor in it. Well, I can eliminate all of the extra wiring and nonsense and just
just make it a fan.
Just make it a fan, and I could add a light to it, but that's 2 wires.
Okay.
Three wires at the ground. Like I can make it. If I put it in the barn, it'll push some serious air.
So that's it. I mean, when we get it done, it'll look exactly the same. Imagine if we had that big fan running on your big deck.
I would think right now, on low to medium, that would be perfect to sit out here. Our most, I guess you'd call it viewer favorite video, was building this temporary porch, which is fitting because the job we are starting right now is actually making this temporary, getting rid of it, and building a proper porch on here.
Today we're building a porch in the rain.
We thought we'd go ahead and throw on a temporary porch here so we have a little easier access into the house and everything.
Timing couldn't be better.
Yep.
The weather is great.
Weather's great, nice and rainy.
We have to get the sill replaced. You can kind of see it's that piece of wood there that goes between the house and the foundation. Rude.
I forget that this looks the way it does because we're constantly working on it and improving it.
I mean, we're not rich either. If we were rich, obviously we'd have had this done immediately.
This was a big video for us. It did well. It gave us access into the house because prior to this, there was basically just a couple of boards laid over an opening to get into the house, and there was nothing on the back of the house. Jack!
Dropped a stick. Come on. Back away. Thank you. See?
It was beeping at him. That's why he was slowing down. There's things that none of you viewers would know. It's just we notice. But when we did this video, even though it did really well, you were in a particularly bad mood when we shot this one.
I was not happy. It was cold and rainy. I don't know why, other than that, I was in a bad mood.
Yeah, I don't remember a specific reason. I just, when we started watching, I was like, oh, I remember this because you were very angry.
So I was like, we're going to build a porch in the rain.
At least they're going slow. But this was like 4th or 5th video we put out.
It's pretty
3rd,
early.
4th, 5th.
Pretty early. You get stuff out of the basement for him. You cannot believe how happy I am to see this door open, so I don't have to hike my fat butt up that 3-foot gap to the front door. We got the wall here from the barn.
Nothing special, but it's a lot better than that was.
What, that?
Yeah, that.
It's in great shape.
Yeah. Come my way a little bit.
Do you want me to go get your saw?
I mean, that is the right answer, yeah.
I'm not very good with a hammer. Seriously? I cannot wait to take a shower tonight.
Nice guy.
By hand like an idiot this time. Bloody blow.
There we go. Gonna come my way at all. Now let me see how much I can. I think that made it worse. This is a good enough porch to get through the winter and not have to worry about you falling and busting your ass all the time.
Well, there's less possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, my foot is stuck in the mud. We have a porch-ish. I mean, it's definitely, like Bryan said, it's not winning any awards, but you can walk on it.
And so now, after a little bit of work, a lot of work, some crappy weather, we finally have a place we can sit and fully enjoy our country living and yell at the people that drive by entirely too fast.
I'm gonna get some hanging flower baskets. It's gonna be so pretty. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna need another drink.
Okay. I can do that for you. We are currently in the pasture that Bryan cleared last year.
We're headed to find a long lost artifact. Keep your face away from the window.
Ah! Hold on. Is the GoPro even on? No. Well, that was probably garbage. I was trying to have a camera on both of us, but it's going to be the shakiest, crappiest footage anyway.
Yeah, nothing out of that camera's gonna look for anything. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we're headed up to find a long lost artifact of Armstrong Acres.
Should be down there somewhere, right?
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's check it out.
I should have worn pants.
This kind of is a twofer here. Our shortest video that I think we've shot since we started this project also coincides with the most unexpected thing.
You see the inchworm? It's floating in the... Sorry. It's just floating in the air. It's very distracting.
It's hanging from a web, and I was in the middle of a whole spiel, and you're just like, "Derper."
It was really neato.
He just has a web right here. Look, there he's gone.
Inchworms make webs?
Yeah, that's how they come out of the trees.
I just thought they fell. Okay, go ahead.
That's fine. I'll just start all over again. Stop it for a second so I can regain my...
I'm sorry. Clap, 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 clap.
Okay, now that hopefully I think I've shooed away all the squirrels, this was probably our shortest video we shot last year, as well as the most unexpected. When we bought the second farm, we got this great John Deere tractor with it. The very first time I brought it out, I blew a clutch. Moved up here to this top piece. I got up here and this thing broke. It will go into gear, but it will no longer move. Talking to a friend of mine at work, he said it's quite possible that it's the input shaft, which means that this thing will have to be split. I found a guy that's willing to fix this thing for me, but he needs me to get it out of the field. I was stranded with a tractor and we dropped the brush hog here it'd be almost exactly a year ago.
Saturday morning and our hero has arrived to help with the tractor. Plan is to pull the mower deck off and leave it up here and then coast the tractor down the hill. Oh, there it goes, you got it.
And it has been sitting ever since because it took weeks to get the tractor fixed. And then once we got the tractor fixed, we parked it and I went to use it one day and the tire was bad. So I got a new tire put on it. Yeah, this tire is shot. All right, I'm back from spending $500 at the tire store. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it up a little more. Let's hope she doesn't fall. And then we parked it, and then I came out, and that tire was bad. So then we had to have the tire fixed again. So at some point, we'll get up here and get this thing out of here.
Like where this is where you stopped mowing.
This is where the tractor broke.
Right, this is where it broke. This is a pretty little spot up here.
Yeah.
Just do like a little circle. This is up on top of a hill. Just this clearing. Surrounded by trees. Isn't it gorgeous? Nobody can see in. It's real private.
All right, let's go back down.
This will be to refer back to where we had to pull the tractor down. It was me and your dad in the truck and you were on the tractor.
Wherever you're filming from, be like out away from it.
Okay.
In case this thing starts to go.
Okay. So you've seen this view before. You have to go back and look. Although it was cleared because you had just brought the tractor. Oh! Tree. Your dad was so worried about you. It was so cute.
I know he was. Ooh, we're sliding.
I think this might be the craziest thing we've done yet.
Oh, I think it's that one tree.
That one right there?
No, that one straight in front of us.
Oh, yeah. That one. He's coming down nice and easy. Is he gonna ride it all the way home?
He's coming today or tomorrow, you said?
Yeah, he figured probably today. At least it's down now.
Good job, boys. It's pretty up here. Seems more country, I guess.
This thing is definitely not designed for me.
It is kind of sunk down in the middle there.
Like I am all of the max weight capacity of this in one location. I would jump more, but I do believe I would break this thing.
You're not gonna break it.
It's old and was rated for my weight when it was new. Ooh, there we go. Ugh. This was our longest project we've done since we've been here. We got to get these tubs out of the way, this giant stack of wood out of the way. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Start calling you Pappy.
I'm trying.
Oh, no. He's giving you a hard time. Arguably would be the most expensive project, but definitely not the most expensive thing that we've done a video on. We had no access. No, I mean, you could get in and out of the house, but nothing safe and easy to get in and out of the house. The back door was floating in the air.
He makes this look so easy. Yeah, hold on. If we're gonna sit up here and talk, for this part now, I'm gonna zoom in on us up here. I gotta get a battery though. Oh, there's a hole right there.
Look, it's full.
And a kid fall off the trampoline straight in that hole. Down in a hole.
You got on that easier than the tailgate the other day.
I'm not as sore today as I was.
I did leg day today.
I had a massage today.
I know. This was definitely the longest video we shot. The septic is over here somewhere.
Oh,
so before we run the auger down, we have to make sure the septic does not exist where we're trying to auger.
What did you say about
Waller.
Waller? I'm learning Pennsylvanian as fast as I can.
Just hike up your gutchies and get to work.
It looks hard.
Our sump pump quit working.
We have 2 of them in there. Either one of them work?
I haven't tried the other one. It's one that was just in the basement when we moved in. So I assume it doesn't work. But
We got all 6 forms in.
how's that?
Yep.
We got all 6 posts concreted in. And we actually looked back on it. It actually wasn't that many videos. It was like 5 videos.
I think it was 6.
Maybe 6, but it was over the span of like 3 months. Just don't let me hit you with this.
Oh, I won't. Ta-da! Oh, that's what I was worried about. It's so hot.
These levels are very different. This level says it's almost perfect, but a little high on the left side. Or on the right side. This one says it's significantly high on the left side.
I mean, that looks level. The string and the board look level. Here we go. Here's a test.
Well, you didn't flip it over.
I flipped it around.
Yep.
See, it's high right there. And then when you flip it this way,
Yep.
see? So I went inside and scrubbed the level so that there was no dirt anywhere on it. And it was still up.
It's the string level.
Yep. This is our new Craftsman level.
That is infuriating.
I guess I'm the one who screwed up by saying, it's fine, we'll make it level.
Yeah, it's your fault. I don't suck nearly as bad at this as I thought I did earlier
Actually,
today.
It's pretty level. The door frame is pretty level.
We got shut down by the state or the township.
Yeah, township.
Because we didn't pull a permit. Because also I had not
started
just
working.
started working, but I had only been working for like 2 months. I think I just started going out of town when we started this. One of the most needed projects we did.
Yeah, well, we had the temporary porch, but we didn't have a legit way in and out of the house.
The back door, I had put 2 2x10s leaned up to the back door with 2x4s screwed into them for steps to come up and down the back.
Yep.
This is something that usually takes several guys, several days at least, if not a couple of weeks. I mean, you were here to help me, but essentially I did this by myself. I don't think Charlotte knows that we're recording. Should make for funny footage.
To my eyes.
Gee, what happened?
Shut your mouth.
It's our only bit, so.
The inspector just stopped by because he was in the area.
And how big was that fan you said you were looking at? 70?
70 inches.
I mean, that's pretty big, but it would fit.
This is my husband who hates cats.
What?
Oh.
You know, I also am allergic to you.
Whoa.
We have 3 boards down, about to put the 4th one. I was unbelievably frustrated with the requirement of pulling a permit for this nonsense. And honestly, I'm still frustrated with the township supervisors and all that. But I will say, everybody after them has been unbelievably accommodating. I got the whole deck boards, all of it down, even after coming out this morning and realizing that the half we did yesterday was crooked and I had to take it all up, put it all back down again.
Your dad helped you with parts too?
Yeah, that's one. Oh. That board is just balanced up there. It'll stay long enough for me to run these in. Should be in good shape. You piece. Just hold it there. The purposes of what I'm doing right now, which is trying not to fall off a ladder.
I know you call your brother an asshole all the time.
My brother isn't asshole. Well, let's try this, and if it doesn't work...
Call Pappy. Keep going, about there.
Is it like real close?
It's maybe a little over now.
I think it's right on it. I can see straight from underneath it. It's like straight on it.
Okay.
It's not there yet. You have like almost a whole nother board. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh God.
Keep going. Perfect. A little backward. A little backward.
Yeah.
How much is it little?
Maybe a little smidge back.
Which way?
Forward.
Like back out towards the house.
Which end of the house?
Go back out towards the driveway.
Okay. One done, like 9 more to go. Which way do I need to go?
In towards the house.
A little bit more. Okay. Good? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. It's too damn short. All right. So I think we're gonna have to start here. That's perfect.
Well, Jason did. He was like,
Oh yeah, there was that time he like sat on the roof and recorded me.
he got some really great shots.
He did. He did. Would have been cooler if he'd have fallen.
We finish a project and we tend to leave the things there because we always have them 90% finished and we need to come back and do it again.
Until we do a last 5% video.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. See if we can do it without smacking our heads. Pretty sure that'll work and I won't fall off a ladder. Good thing is Charlotte's not here, so she can't tell me no. It's rain. Ooh.
Finally here to help. Drink your beer. I'll get the valuable shots.
That right there tells you how much I changed. All of these fit and now they're over an inch too long.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, we hired a professional.
No, you hired a drunk.
Yeah, and then back away so it doesn't.
Cut me a hat.
Got it? Yep. Oh, now I gotta widen it out just a hair, don't I?
Drunk Dave can still just fall over them. This is terrifying because I am klutzy. I should move this chair over.
Today is the last day to get this deck wrapped up. All right, kitten.
Got the high flying.
Now I think we can say the deck is done. This video was bar none the most impactful. Without a crapper and a shower, there was no way to move into this house.
Sharing a bathroom is not all it's cracked up to be. We had 3 full bathrooms and 1 half bath, which we couldn't find any pictures of, unfortunately. Our master bathroom was the size of our current bedroom. These pictures also don't show our huge walk-in closet with built-in dressers and shelving and organization.
So the whole purpose of this channel is for me to do everything myself, or for Charlotte and I to do everything ourselves. This was the only thing that I was still living in Texas. Nobody could move into the house until we had a working bathroom, and I wasn't here to do it. So we had to hire somebody. We talked to 3 or 4 different contractors.
At least, yeah.
Almost everyone agreed like, yeah, we can do it, and then never talked to us again. We found a local guy. He said he could do it in 2 weeks. We were like, perfect. 2 weeks turned into 3 months,
yeah,
give or take.
And I was living with your parents.
When you are an adult and you are trying to live with another adult that you are not married to,
they didn't want me, they didn't need me in their space all the time. And
exactly.
I needed my own space. If you saw our last video, you saw a snippet of this, but we really thought you should see the whole thing to get a more true picture. Pap obviously hadn't been using it, but he was a clean guy. He was always sharply dressed, fresh pressed slacks and penny loafers. Bryan even said that he never saw him without a fresh shave until the last few days of his life.
All right, so we'll start over here. The water here is totally safe to drink. It's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
You could drink it as it is, but if you're nervous, add an UV filter.
Which we did.
This was all here because there was still technically running water in the house. I don't know how much my grandfather actually used it, but the water comes in, pumps over, follows along this post with all the electrical, runs back there, and now from this point is where the contractor started new. It runs in here, goes into this, which is an ultraviolet filter that clears anything out that could harm us from the well. Gets hit with the light, comes back out. What we did not think of is the water here is high in iron. Not so good for the tub, the shower curtain, or the shower head that is clogged and barely running now. Have to add a water softener, and it doesn't smell like rotten eggs when you turn hot water on. There's a rod that runs in water heaters that is there to keep it from rusting, but in combination with hot iron water, it creates a rotten egg smell. In most cases, you can pull that rod out, replace it with a aluminum rod.
We can't get ours out.
We got a hot water.
Ooh. Oh, you said the thing.
I did the thing, and I hate the thing. We had a cast iron tub. If you notice the gardening videos, it's currently used as a garden. It was a great tub. The guy that did the bathroom refinished it, painted the bottom,
it's beautiful.
Got the legs painted. Could not find the shims to attach the legs to the tub. We just bought it's not fiberglass.
It's acrylic.
Acrylic. Unfortunately, the magnets and the shower curtain do not stick to acrylic. So when you're showering, the shower curtains just slowly close in on you. This is one of the only rooms in the house that was stripped and actually brought back the natural charm. In the original video, you'll see that my great-great-grandfather's name is on this board.
This wood is not original to the house. We don't know exactly when it was put in, but the best guess is late 1800s, early 1900s.
This was an old medicine cabinet. There was already a void in this wall. Rather than cover it, we built a shelf in, put in another shelf to store more stuff, because I live with 2 women. Added.
What's that mean?
It means nothing.
Nah.
This is for all of my manly accoutrements. No, none of these are mine. Weird. I added 3 laundry bags down here with hooks so you can separate the laundry as you get in the shower. This was a end table, I assume?
Dresser, I think.
Found it in the house, turned it into a sink basin, added the sink, added the mirror. One thing that the contractor was good at was he knew what we were going for. So he added all of this up here to conceal the vent pipe for the fan.
It all came from our barn, too.
Yeah, it all came from the property. And probably my favorite part of this entire bathroom, and one of my favorite parts of the whole property, was decades of layers of wallpaper. It was in the entire bathroom. He stripped all of it and kept us this little piece and framed it in. Most impactful. Couldn't have moved in here without it. Couldn't have done anything without it.
Oh, look who's running now. All right. So the Australorps and Buffy over there are always standoffish. The Cinnamon Queens usually are. What? See, you threw them away. God. No, look. Over here.
All right, remember this is about the chicken tractor.
Okay.
That one escaped. Very sad when they can't get back in right away.
Come on, Sandra. Oh no! That feels so good, doesn't it? Yep. Sure has been out here forever. So this was my favorite. It is my favorite because I love the chickens. I don't know why. They're ridiculous animals and they're a pain in the butt, but they bring us eggs every day and they have weird personalities. And this chicken tractor, when we first did it, it was meant to bring our first 4 little chicken herd out into the world. It keeps them safe from all of the predators.
All right, time out. See what I got. What are you doing? I think This job is going to call for going full Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show. I've enlisted some help for the tedious work.
The thing was, we made it where the lid lifts up from the top. So every day we had to come out in the morning, get the chickens out of the coop, put them in the tractor, and then every night we had to come out and get them out of the tractor and put them back into the coop. Oof. It's just a little bit too tall.
Let them walk around in this thing for 2 hours, then take them back in the house, then bring them out the next day for 4 hours, then...
And I remember we went to that party one night at Temple's, and it was like 10:30 when we got home. We were like, oh. We went from here to, we built them a run.
Yeah, well, we did this first. We brought them in from outside.
Oh, that's true, before they were old enough.
Inside.
Yeah.
To this, then you did the coop.
Yeah.
Then we built the short run.
Right, which for 4 chickens was fine. How you doing in there, baby girls? Not babies anymore, are you? Let's go over to the coop. What are we doing now?
One of our viewers actually recommended this, and it is really smart. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me. They suggested we flip this thing so that it folds down instead of folding up.
Roosting boxes are all dirty.
You're going to clean them of dust for the chickens. There.
And then during the day, we'll come outside. And then I started getting braver. And so we would just let the chickens out to roam while we were here. And we didn't really use this anymore. A few more minutes. Just a few. What's going on, homies? Are you in there laying an egg right now? I think she is. Don't get in my shot. Good thing about chickens is they cost $3 each at Tractor Supply. I mean, plus all the money for the brooder and the heater, food and the water bowl, but whatever. You could probably go buy a fancy coop from someplace, but if you can't, put them in whatever.
So that didn't cost us anything, so I don't feel bad about using it for this.
Then we got the new baby chicks. We got 10. We have 5. The new ones are still not welcome with the old ones. And so this is a good way to get them outside.
This style of chicken tractor, which is super common, is designed more for meat birds. But it worked out because, like Charlotte said, this gave us an opportunity to introduce the birds. Like, they're already tenfold better than they were 2 weeks ago.
100%, yeah.
It's funny that this was your favorite because this was like my least favorite because I hate dealing with chicken wire. Pokey edges, bunch of staples, pain in.
Oh, I have lots of chicken plants. That's why this is my favorite. Not because it was my favorite thing to do, but because the chickens are my favorite thing. I would love to have a rooster, have the hens actually like lay their own eggs and you know, sit on them and raise them and the whole 9 yards, so you don't have to have an incubator. And then you have like little baby chickens running around and they're adorable, and I love the chickens.
That's why shoveling gravel was my easiest, and this is your favorite because shoveling is easy. Getting off the mower and moving this stupid thing all the time.
I would rather move this on the mower 1,000 times than shovel anything. Chickens and crocodiles, the only thing we have left these days, descended from dinosaurs. That's why they all taste like chicken.
This was my favorite. Redoing this living room gave us one spot in the house where the chaos is mostly excluded. I also don't want to be sanding my ever-living butt off.
You're really good at sanding, though.
Great skill to have.
Well, it is when you live here.
It is when you don't want to pay contractors. It's a good skill to have.
Dusting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you live here.
I deserve that.
The dogs come in here, so that's half the chaos. And the child has crap on the coffee table as any other house. Do you want to roll or do you want to cut?
I want to roll.
I figured.
Do you want me to cut? I wasn't as bad at it as I thought I'd be. I want to bang, tiggy, tiggy. My workout playlist is seriously the best.
I have
your chair,
my chair, my bar, my TV.
Here, will you throw this away?
Bean.
Oh, she's not there anymore. Okay.
I really thought you were about to ask me to do something, and I was about to laugh in your face. Do you know where I am?
I don't know where you are. We've got the return of the Kool-Aid. Where are you? I can't see you. I'm gonna have to clear off my step stool here.
What's on it?
Everything.
this was my favorite.
I know I fought you. I love the yellow.
Time to see the wall paint. There you go.
Well, it's not blindingly yellow.
It's very soft. Okay, say it again.
See what?
Say it again.
Say what?
Don't you even.
You were right. You were right. This is nice.
Is this not a room that the three of us can actually sit? I was drilling to drop the thermostat down.
Yeah.
And I hit dead on one of the furring strips. Maybe, I mean, I'm drilling into a piece of wood. I need to drill into a void so I can feed the wire out. Unless surely they didn't go horizontal on that side of the door and vertical on this side of the door. This makes zero sense. None. It makes no sense. It can't be vertical because I would have hit one here. I would have hit the same one that I hit here.
Right
there. So it has to be horizontal. And there's not one there either.
I mean, is it possible that there aren't any?
No.
See, is it there?
If you can sweep and vacuum back here, I'll get the TV flipped upside down, the legs taken off.
This room looks 4 times the size it used to look. I mean, look at that.
A year and a half of constant work while working 2 other jobs. Mm-hmm. We have made an astronomical amount of progress.
This was bar none our most expensive video. I mean, we're still paying on it. We will be paying on it for the next 29 years.
Yeah, there's no arguing. This thing cost us. I mean, I shouldn't even say it that way because by modern standards, to buy a home, this was pennies. To buy a home on 80 acres.
On 80 acres, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
This was super cheap. The biggest thing is all right, you're gonna breathe right into my microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
Down there. We did spend whatever it was, 330 grand on this house.
Yeah.
We got almost 80 acres with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was rolling.
That's why he was rolling in. Whatever he was rolling over there was crap.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Keep that in, Erin. That's great. My hands reek of animal crap. Thanks for that, jackass. Yeah, so we spent like 330 grand on this, but we ended up with like 80 acres, a new barn, another house, a tractor, a mower, enough wood to build another home. We got a lot out of it. But, I mean, if we're talking about sheer cost.
Oh, yeah.
For a video, this is not even close.
We didn't have to take a mortgage out on anything else we did.
No, we didn't even have no loans, no.
Not even when we bought PAPs.
It took a minute to announce this, but this was a plan from the jump. We really wanted to keep Pap's house in the family, but something generational to give to our kids. From when Doug and I agreed to a price, what was included from that point to when we closed on the mortgage was almost 2 years.
Everybody said, he's not going to sell. He's not going to sell. People have been asking him for years.
Yep.
Will you sell Australia? Nope. He never would. She walked over and said, hey, my son and daughter-in-law are moving and they are buying this place and they would really like it if they could have your place too. And for whatever reason, after rejecting how many people saying, no, I'm not selling, for whatever reason, he said yes to us. And then he waited around for the whole 2 years it took us to get the whole process approved.
This is the one. This is the video we put out. I don't know if the video conveyed it, but this made the difference. My guess is your daughter.
That's a good guess. Follow along with us every week, Sundays, noon Eastern time. Watch us through our successes and our failures and everything in between on YouTube, Rumble, and Patreon at Armstrong Acres Farm,
where we will continue to make progress.
That's right.
Making progress.